Hello, I'm Jennifer Oakes. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. This video is about my love story with my husband, Michael Oakes, how we met, how long we've been together, are we planning to have more kids, all that stuff. This video is dedicated to Antonia because she suggested it, so thank you so much, Antonia, and I hope you like it. So I first met my husband when I was 18. The September 11th attacks had just happened, and I was going to Seminole Community College, which is now Seminole State College, but I sat next to this really nice girl, and in one of my college classes. It was called College Success, and she and I became really good friends. It turned out that her brother, she kept talking about her brother, like, oh, my brother's so handsome, he was homecoming king, he's really smart, he was number 2 in his class. She kept talking about her brother this, her brother that, and I was like, who's this brother? I have to meet this brother. And at the time, I was really into guys that were like Leonardo DiCaprio and Paul Walker. I had these imaginary boyfriends because I never really had a real boyfriend in high school. So I go over to her house, and her brother is standing in the doorway, and he doesn't even smile at me or anything, and he's just like, kind of like, move, step aside. Like, he wanted to go to work. He was a manager at McDonald's all through his college while he was getting his degree in accounting. Then I needed to find a job, like I needed money. I realized I was broke, and I didn't want my parents to necessarily pay for everything because they were very generous with me while I was in college. And I got a job at McDonald's because McDonald's was the only place that would hire me. And I was so upset, like, oh, I have to work at McDonald's. And I remember, like, people who in high school acted like they didn't know me because it was like our school was kind of snobby, like, oh, you can't work at McDonald's. So then there I was. I had humbled myself and was now a McDonald's employee. I was front cash register. If any of you guys work at McDonald's, you know what it's like to work front cash register. But anyway, so then I didn't work at the same McDonald's as my husband, though. I worked at a different one in Winter Springs. Then my husband and I had all these things in common because we both knew what it was like to work at McDonald's, and we could relate, and we became friends. And we would, like, my friend Michelle, his sister, all three of us, we would go out to the movies. We would we had so much fun together, and we loved Disney. So anyway, the guys that I did have crushes on in college were very shallow, and they were very good looking on the outside, but they didn't have anything really going for them inside, like things that mattered to me, like a strong faith. Like I had faith in God, and that was important to me. And I guess, you know, when you start getting older, you start looking to settle down. And I mean, I guess I was only 18, 19 years old at the time, but yeah, I was really looking for somebody who would truly love me. And I wasn't what the hot guys wanted, because I don't know if you remember my photos from high school. I was thicker and heavier, and all the hot guys wanted all the hot girls, and I wasn't one of the hot girls. I was kind of nerdy and, you know, not what the kind of guys like Paul Walker or Leonardo DiCaprio were looking for. So, you know, not that I was going to date them, but that's a long story. Anyway, the point is that I realized that my sister's brother had all these qualities that I was looking for in a husband and somebody who would be a father of my children. And I guess a lot of young people they're just looking to date. They're not really looking for long-term marriage stuff, but I was. And I guess my attitude was, why date somebody just to date them? I didn't like that idea of just dating around. I wanted, if I was going to date somebody, I wanted it to be with somebody who I actually felt like I could potentially marry. Because I was someone who wanted to get married young. I wanted to be a young mom. I changed my mind later on. I was like, no kids until later. But yeah, so that was like my attitude. And my husband, Michael, he kind of had that same attitude, and we became really good friends in time. And by August 2002, so September 2001, we met. By August 2002, we were suddenly boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, I remember asking him on the phone one time, "Are you attracted to me?" And he was like, he said something really cheesy, like, "In truth, yes," or something funky like that. I don't know, the way we were talking, we were really weird. And so then we immediately started dating. Our first date was at Disney. We went to the Fort Wilderness Lodge and we just walked around in the shops. We looked at the resort. We didn't stay there or anything, but I remember we had our first kiss by the fireplace. We walked around Fort Wilderness campgrounds. They've got like little trails and things there. And we had so much fun, and I mean, we were inseparable after that date. And it was just a very magical date. And yeah, I want to do a video. Somebody suggested I do a video on top romantic places in Disney. I'm gonna have to do that video too. So then we were both Disney nerds. Immediately, he bought us an annual pass to Disney World for both of us, and I was like, "You're the best boyfriend ever." All my life, I couldn't really afford to go to Disney World. It was very expensive for my family, and all of a sudden here my boyfriend goes and buys me an annual pass. And I had been to Disney World. I had lived there since I was 12, and I had only been like maybe 4 times. For an Orlando resident, that's not that much. So for him to buy me an annual pass, like, we went all the time. When we weren't at school, we were at Disney. So, but sadly, after 1 month of dating, I had to go to Colombia because I had an underbite, like my jaw stuck forward. Yeah, so he fell in love with me when my jaw stuck forward, and I looked kind of funky. I was so nerdy, and like I talked all funny too, and I had braces, and I was thicker, and anyway, so that's how he fell in love with me. And then I was gone for 4 months. I went to Colombia and I had my underbite corrected. I had to do like all kinds of orthodontic work, and it was a lot cheaper to go over there. Plus, it was a chance for me to be abroad while I was young, and it was very eye-opening to be in Colombia. It's a huge culture shock, very different. I was forced to speak Spanish. I grew up speaking only English. I took Spanish 1 and 2 in high school, but anyway, that's a whole other story. I'll have to do a video on that, my time in Colombia. I don't know. But anyway, so then I came back to the USA in the middle of January 2003. By July 2003, so a few months later, he asked me to marry him. We knew we wanted to get married, I think, immediately. We just knew that, you know, like we had that same faith. We wanted the same things in life long term. I loved his family. He didn't really know my family. That took time for him to get to know my family, but I spent a lot of time over there because his sister was my really good friend. Now, then, poor Michelle, when Michael and I started dating, she didn't go along with us. The trio just became me and Michael. It was a duo, which, you know, so we went through our drama there. But, you know, we were engaged, and then by December 2004, we were married. So it happened really fast, and I was 21 when I got married, and I think I was 19 in August 2002, and then December 2004, I was 21. So a couple years, and boom, we were married. And a lot of people warned us, you know, you're too young to get married. You shouldn't be getting married so young, and I guess I didn't drink alcohol until my late 20s, and a lot of young people are into drinking. They go out clubbing, they do a lot of things, dating and things, and since we were very like kind of conservative and stuff, we were kind of old fogies already, so we didn't have like those challenges of, you know, and then I worked at Disney in Disney Entertainment doing the princess thing, and I would come straight home from work and be with my husband. And so my life was boring in that I would just go to work and come home. go to work, come home. We didn't, like, I just kind of lived at Disney and was married on the, you know, I don't know. So we're coming up on December 2014, so that's going to be 10 years of marriage, and we have been through so much. We've definitely been through difficult times, very difficult times. Like, marriage is a lot of sacrifice, So I would advise anybody who's married, no matter what your age, if you're 21 or in your late 50s, you know, to have people around you who support your marriage and who are going to be encouraging and who are, you know, just, yeah. And also I would, it's a miracle that marriages work out, because people are so different and you realize how selfish you are as a person. I thank God that's another thing we've shared a common, my husband and I, we have shared a common faith, and I think that has really helped bond us. Before we got married, I remember we did marriage counseling, and I think that really helps a lot to help give you more realistic expectations of what marriage is going to be like. So I'm just really thankful for the supportive family who have been there and friends who have been supportive and encouraging in our marriage. So, yeah. Did we plan Ariana? Yes, we did, actually. After 10 years of marriage, we were like, okay, I'm not getting any younger. We waited for my husband to finish his master's degree. He was working at an accounting firm for a few years, and it gets really busy there. It's a CPA firm. So he was working and getting his master's, and now he's trying to get his CPA license. So, you know, it's a lot, but we were like, you know what, we can't keep putting this off. I definitely enjoyed being selfish in my 20s and not having to worry about kids. I did see my friends who had kids, and I saw how much sacrifice it is. Marriage is a lot of sacrifice. You have to check in with somebody. You can't just go off and do whatever you want, whenever you want, spend whatever you want. I don't know, maybe you guys, I don't know. Every marriage is different, but you have to really consider the other person, and that's not always easy. So we are planning for baby number 2, so stay tuned for possibility of baby number 2 coming soon. As soon as I can get pregnant, we would love that, but I probably won't say anything until the first 12 weeks have passed, even though I will probably be dying inside to tell you guys that I'm pregnant. Comment below if you want to let me know how long you've been married or have been with your boyfriend or girlfriend. And comment below if you have any more questions about anything. I'll try to answer to the best of my ability.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel. It makes me so happy to make videos for everyone, and share if you think you know someone who might enjoy this video. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.